Welcome to Knowitrix, where curiosity becomes clarity. Here, complex ideas are decoded, trending topics are explored, and the hidden patterns of our world come to life through cinematic storytelling. From viral science to future technology, from human psychology to global events, every video transforms everyday questions into powerful insights. This is the matrix of modern knowledge. This is Knowitrix. Scaling your social ads with lookalike audiences. You've mastered targeting. You've mastered retargeting. Now it's time to scale, not by guessing, not by spending more, but by letting the algorithm find more people like your best customers. Welcome to Lookalike Audiences, the most powerful scaling tool in digital advertising. This is where your campaigns stop being manual and start being algorithmic, where data does the heavy lifting, where your funnel expands beyond imagination. What are lookalike audiences? A lookalike audience is a group of people who share similar behaviors, interests, and patterns with your existing customers or leads. You give the platform a seed audience, your best customers, website visitors, or engaged followers. And the algorithm finds millions of people who behave just like them. It's not random, it's predictive, it's scaling with precision. 2. Why lookalikes work. The power of pattern recognition. Every click, view, and purchase leaves a digital fingerprint. Meta, Google, LinkedIn, and TikTok use these fingerprints to identify patterns. When you upload your seed audience, the algorithm analyzes thousands of data points, interests, demographics, behaviors, device usage, purchase history, engagement frequency. Then it finds new people who match those patterns, people statistically most likely to convert. That's not marketing guesswork. That's machine learning-driven scaling. 3. The seed audience, the foundation of success. Your lookalike audience is only as good as your seed audience. Best seed sources: customer list, buyers only, website visitors, via pixel tag, add to cart users, checkout completers, high engagement video viewers, email subscribers who clicked links, past leads who converted. The cleaner and more specific your seed, the stronger your lookalike. Golden rule: never use a mixed audience. Use one clear conversion type per lookalike. 4. The lookalike percentage, precision versus scale. Platforms let you choose how similar your lookalike is to your seed audience. 1% lookalike, most similar, smallest size, highest quality. 2 to 5% lookalike, balanced reach and relevance. 6 to 10% lookalike, broad reach, lower precision. Start with 1%, test 2 to 3%, and scale gradually. Quality first, quantity later. 5. The funnel positioning, where lookalikes fit. Lookalikes belong at the top of your funnel, tofu. They're your best cold audiences. Use them to expand reach, find new customers, feed your funnel with high-quality traffic. Then, let your retargeting and conversion campaigns do the rest. The creative strategy for lookalikes. Lookalike audiences are cold but qualified. Your creative must attract attention and build trust fast. Use strong hooks, clear problem-solution messaging, social proof early, fast-paced visuals, and clear CTA like learn more, watch full video, or shop now. Remember, your creative is the handshake. Your funnel is the conversation. Scaling isn't about spending more. It's about finding more of the right people. Lookalike audiences let you scale intelligently, turning your best customers into a blueprint for finding thousands more. This is how brands grow from rupees 5,000 per day to rupees 50,000 per day, not by luck, but by data-driven duplication. Building and testing lookalike audiences. Lookalike audiences are powerful, but only when they're built with precision, tested with intention, and scaled with discipline. Most advertisers create one lookalike audience and hope it works. But high-performing marketers know the truth. Lookalikes are not one audience. They are a system, a ladder, a scaling engine. Let's build that engine step by step. Start with the right seed, audience. quality over quantity. Your lookalike is only as strong as the seed you feed the algorithm. Minimum requirement: at least 100 to 500 high-quality users. Ideal: 1,000 plus users who completed the same action. Best seed audiences include purchasers, the strongest seed, high-value customers, add-to-cart users, checkout completers, lead form submitters, webinar attendees, email clickers, and 75 to 95% video viewers. The more specific the seed, the more accurate the lookalike. Golden rule: never mix behaviors. A purchasers plus add-to-cart plus website visitors seed confuses the algorithm. One seed equals one intent equals one lookalike. Build multiple lookalike layers, the LAL ladder. Lookalikes work best when built in layers. Start with 1% lookalike, highest similarity, best quality. 2% lookalike, slightly broader. 3% lookalike, balanced scalability. 5% lookalike, wide reach, lower precision. This creates your lookalike ladder, a structured way to scale without losing control. Build lookalikes from different seed types. Don't rely on one seed. Create lookalikes from multiple high-intent sources. Purchase lookalike 1 to 3%, your strongest scaling audience. Add to cart lookalike 1 to 3%, great for e-commerce and D2C. Lead lookalike 1 to 3%, perfect for service businesses and coaches. Video viewer lookalike 1 to 5%, ideal for content-driven funnels. Website visitor lookalike 1 to 5%, broad but effective for awareness. Each seed gives the algorithm a different pattern to replicate. Test lookalikes in controlled ad sets, one variable at a time. Testing is where most advertisers fail. They change too many things at once. Here's the pro method. Step 1. Create separate ad sets for each lookalike: 1%, 2%, 3%, etc. Step 2. Use the same creative across all ad sets. Step 3. Use the same budget for each ad set. Step 4. Run for 3 to 5 days without touching anything. Step 5. Compare performance based on CPC, CTR, add to cart rate, lead cost, purchase ROAS. The winner becomes your scaling audience. The Lookalike Testing Matrix, your scaling blueprint. Here's the matrix top advertisers use. Seed type: 1%, 2%, 3%, 5%. Purchasers: stars, leads: stars. This matrix tells you exactly where to start and how to scale. When to kill a lookalike audience. Turn off a lookalike if CPC is too high, CTR is below 1%, add to cart rate is weak, ROAS is negative, frequency rises too fast. Lookalikes are powerful, but not all of them will perform. When to scale a lookalike audience. Scale when CTR is strong, CPC is low, add to cart rate is healthy, ROAS is stable, frequency is under control. Scale slowly. Increase budget by 20 to 30% every 48 hours. The truth: lookalike audiences are not magic. They are data-driven duplication, a way to clone your best customers and multiply your results. When you build the right seeds, test the right percentages, and scale the right winners, your ads stop growing linearly and start growing exponentially. This is how brands scale from 5,000 rupees day to 50,000 rupees day. Not by spending more, but by targeting smarter. Lookalike audience, stacking and funnel integration. Lookalike audiences are powerful on their own, but when you stack them and integrate them into your funnel, they become unstoppable. Most advertisers use lookalikes like a single switch, on or off. But top-tier marketers use them like a control panel, layered, structured, and strategically placed across the funnel. This is where scaling becomes predictable and ads stop guessing and start multiplying. Let's build your lookalike scaling engine. What is lookalike stacking? Lookalike stacking means combining multiple lookalike audiences into a single ad set to create a bigger, more stable, more scalable cold audience. Instead of targeting only a 1% lookalike, You combine 1%, 2%, 3%, 5%, or even multiple seed types: purchasers LAL, add to cart LAL, video viewers LAL, website visitors LAL. Stacking gives the algorithm more room to optimize while keeping quality high. Why stacking works: algorithmic freedom. When you stack lookalikes, you give the algorithm more people, more patterns, more signals, more optimization paths. This reduces CPM, stabilizes performance, and prevents ad fatigue. The algorithm performs best when it has freedom, not restrictions. The 3 types of lookalike stacking include percentage stacking, most common. Combine multiple percentages of the same seed. Example, 1% plus 2% plus 3% plus 5% purchasers LAL. This gives you a large, high-quality audience. Seed stacking, high-intent scaling. Combine multiple seed types. Example, purchasers LAL, add to cart LAL, checkout initiators LAL. This creates a powerful, conversion-focused, cold audience. Hybrid stacking means combining multiple lookalike seeds with various percentages. For example, 1% purchasers, 2% purchasers, 1% add to cart, 2% add to cart, and 1% video viewers. This method is considered the ultimate scaling structure for advanced advertisers. Lookalike audiences should be placed at the top of your marketing funnel, but need to be integrated with strategy. The recommended structure is tofu, cold stage, mofu, warm stage, bofu, hot stage, and post-purchase, loyalty stage. Each stage uses different types of audiences. In the tofu, cold stage, use stacked lookalike audiences like 1% purchasers, 1 to 3% add to cart, and 1 to 5% video viewers. The goal here is to use broad scaling to attract high-quality new users to your brand or products. In the MOFU, warm stage, focus on audiences who already know your brand, such as website visitors, engagers, and lead lookalikes, 2 to 5%. At this stage, the goal is to nurture these leads and educate them about your products or services. For the BOFU hot stage, do not use lookalike audiences. Instead, focus solely on retargeting audiences who have already interacted with your brand. The objective here is to convert these high-intent users into customers. In the post-purchase or loyalty stage, use lookalikes of past customers, 1 to 3%, or high-value customers to find audiences likely to buy again. The aim is to upsell to these users and increase their lifetime value within your business. There's a blueprint used by top advertisers for structuring the lookalike funnel. At the top of funnel, tofu, they use stacked 1 to 3% purchasers, 1 to 5% video viewers, and 1 to 3% add to cart lookalikes for maximum reach and scaling. In the middle of funnel, MOFU, top advertisers use segments like website visitors, audience engagers, and lead lookalikes ranging from 2 to 5%. The core strategy is to bring warning audiences closer to making a purchase decision. At the bottom of funnel, BOFU, target high-intent actions, add to cart, checkout abandoners, and pricing page visitors. In the loyalty funnel, focus on past and high-value customers as well as repeat buyers. This together forms a closed-loop scaling system. Use single lookalike audiences when you're testing, starting a new campaign, or running with smaller budgets. Switch to stacked lookalikes when you're scaling, increasing your budget, expanding your reach, or seeking greater performance stability. Stacking is for scaling, singles are for testing. Lookalike audiences aren't just targeting tools, they're the core of your scaling architecture. When you stack, structure, and integrate them into your funnel, your ads can shift from slow growth to exponential scalable results. Intelligent expansion, not just more spend, drives brand scaling. While lookalike audiences are powerful, remember they are still cold audiences. They don't know or trust your brand at first. To make them care, your creative strategy, message, presentation, and storytelling must inspire connection and filter out wrong audiences right away. Your creative is the first handshake with a lookalike audience. It's what decides if your ad finds buyers or just browsers, and whether your campaign scales or collapses. Let's build a creative system that powers effective lookalike scaling into your advertising. Lookalike audiences scroll fast and ignore anything that looks like an ad. Your creative needs to interrupt their usual scrolling pattern in the first 1 to 2 seconds. Use bold text overlays, fast motion, unexpected visuals, strong hooks, contrasting elements, and big emotional statements. The goal is simple: stop the scroll. Everything else comes after. The hook framework: capture attention instantly. Your hook must speak to the problem, desire, or transformation your audience cares about. Use these high-performing hook types. A. Problem hook. Struggling to get consistent leads? B. Desire hook. Want to double your sales in 30 days? C. Myth-busting hook. Stop boosting posts, it's killing your results. D. Curiosity hook. Most marketers miss this one step. E. Visual hook. Before-after shots, screenshots, charts, quick demos. Your hook is the magnet. Your message is the glue. The creative structure, the 5-second formula. Every high-scaling creative follows this structure. 1. Hook, 0 to 2 seconds. Stop the scroll. 2. Problem, 2 to 4 seconds. Make them feel understood. 3. Solution, 4 to 7 seconds. Show the transformation. 4. Proof, 7 to 10 seconds. Testimonials, results, screenshots. 5. CTA, 10 to 15 seconds. Tell them exactly what to do. This formula works across all platforms: Meta, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn. Creative types that scale best with lookalikes. Lookalikes respond best to creatives that are A. Fast-paced, quick cuts, dynamic motion. B. Value-driven, tips, insights, mini tutorials. C. Proof-heavy, testimonials, case studies, results. D. Relatable, real people, real stories, real problems. E. Native-looking, content that blends into the feed, not polished ads. The more human your creative feels, the better your lookalikes perform. The Creative Testing Matrix. Find your winners. To scale lookalikes, you must test creative systematically. Test one variable at a time: hook, visual style, CTA, angle, offer, format, video versus static. Use this matrix. Creative type purpose, best for problem solution, educate and attract, 1 to 3% LAL, testimonial, build trust, 2 to 5% LAL, demo explainer, show value, 1 to 3% LAL, UGC style, relatable, 3 to 5% LAL, bold static. Quick attention, all LALs. Your goal is to find 1 or 2 winners, then scale them aggressively. Creative rotation, prevent fatigue. Lookalike audiences fatigue fast. Rotate creatives every 7 to 14 days. Rotate between hooks, angles, formats, offers, visual styles. Fresh creatives equals stable scaling. The truth: lookalike scaling is not about spending more. It's about feeding the algorithm the right creative signals. Your creative determines who clicks, who converts, who the algorithm finds next. When your creative is strong, your lookalikes become a scaling engine. When your creative is weak, even the best lookalikes collapse. Scaling is not a budget problem. It's a creative problem, and now you know how to solve it. Budgeting, bidding, and scaling lookalike campaigns. Lookalike audiences give you the potential to scale, but budgeting and bidding decide whether that potential becomes profit or waste. Scaling is not about spending more money. It's about spending money the right way, at the right time, on the right audience, with the right bidding strategy.
This is where most advertisers fail. They scale too fast, too blindly, or too emotionally. But you're not here to guess. You're here to scale with precision. Let's build your lookalike scaling engine. The budgeting rule: start small, scale smart. Lookalike audiences are cold but qualified. You don't need huge budgets to test them. Start with 500 rupees, 1,000 rupees per ad set or equivalent in your currency. Why small budgets first? You identify winners without burning money. You let the algorithm learn. You avoid premature scaling. You protect your ROAS. Once a lookalike proves itself, then you scale. 2. The three-phase budget scaling model. This is the model top advertisers use to scale safely. Phase 1. Testing. $500 to $1,000. Goal. Identify the best lookalike audience. Phase 2. Validation. $1,500 to $3,000 per hour. Goal. Confirm stable performance over 3 to 5 days. Phase 3. Scaling. Rupees 5,000 rupees to 50,000 rupees per day. Goal. Increase budget gradually while maintaining ROAS, not an elevator. 3. The 20 to 30% scaling rule. Protect the algorithm. Never double your budget overnight. It resets the learning phase and destroys performance. Correct scaling. Increase budget by 20 to 30% every 48 hours. This keeps the algorithm stable and your results consistent. 4. Horizontal versus vertical scaling. Know the difference. Vertical scaling. Increasing the budget of a winning ad set. Pros. Simple, fast. Cons can cause fatigue, higher CPMs. Horizontal scaling. Duplicating winning ad sets or adding new lookalike layers. Pros. More stable, more scalable. Cons. Requires more structure. Best approach. Use both, but prioritize horizontal scaling for long-term growth. 5. Bidding strategies. Let the algorithm work for you. Your bidding strategy determines how aggressively the platform spends your money. A. Lowest cost. Default. Best for. Testing and early scaling. Gives the algorithm maximum freedom. B. Cost cap. Best for. Stable scaling. Lie controls your cost per result. C. Bid cap. Advanced. Best for. High budget, high competition niches. Y. Forces strict bidding discipline. Pro tip. Start with lowest cost, then switch to cost cap once you know your ideal CPA. 6. The scaling blueprint. Step by step. Here's the exact scaling process used by top advertisers. Step 1. Test 1 to 3% lookalikes. Step 2. Identify the top performer. Step 3. Increase budget by 20 to 30%. Step 4. Add 2 to 5% lookalikes. Step 5. Stack lookalikes for broader reach. Step 6. Duplicate winning ad sets. Step 7. Introduce cost cap for stability. Step 8. Rotate creatives every 7 to 14 days. This creates a scaling ladder that grows without breaking. 7. When to stop scaling. Stop scaling when you see rising CPMs, falling CTR, increasing CPC, declining ROAS, frequency above 3 to 4, creative fatigue. Scaling is not about ego, it's about efficiency. The truth. Scaling lookalike campaigns is not a budget game, it's a discipline game. When you scale slowly, test intelligently, bid strategically, and rotate creatives consistently, your lookalikes become a predictable growth engine. This is how brands scale from 10,000 rupees day to 1 million rupees day, not by spending recklessly, but by scaling scientifically. Creative fatigue, optimization, and scaling stability. Scaling isn't hard. Staying scaled, that's the real challenge. Every advertiser can scale for a day. Some can scale for a week. But only the top 1% can scale for months without performance collapsing. Why? Because they understand the silent killer of scaling, creative fatigue. Your audience doesn't get tired of your product. They get tired of seeing the same ad again and again. And when fatigue hits, everything breaks. CPM rises, CTR drops, CPC increases, ROAS collapses, scaling stops. This section teaches you how to prevent fatigue, maintain stability, and keep your lookalike campaigns profitable long-term. 1. What is creative fatigue? Creative fatigue happens when your audience has seen your ad too many times. The symptoms are clear. Frequency increases, CTR drops, CPC rises, conversions slow down, comments turn negative, algorithm reduces delivery. Fatigue is not a creative problem, it's a scaling inevitability. Your job is to stay ahead of it. 2. The frequency threshold. Know when fatigue begins. Here's the frequency range where fatigue typically starts. Lookalike audiences, cold. Fatigue begins at 2.5 to 3.5 frequency. Warm audiences, retargeting. Fatigue begins at 5 to 7 frequency. Hot audiences, BOFU. Fatigue begins at 7 to 10 frequency. Once you cross these thresholds, performance declines fast. The third, the anti-fatigue rotation system. To keep your campaign stable, rotate creatives every 7 to 14 days for lookalikes. Cold audiences burn out fast. 10 to 20 days for warm audiences. They tolerate repetition longer. 20 to 30 days for hot audiences. They're already interested. Repetition helps. Rotation doesn't mean replacing everything. It means refreshing one element. New hook, new angle, new visual, new CTA, new format, new testimonial. Small changes, big resets. The 4-angle creative system, your stability engine. Every scaling campaign needs 4 creative angles. 1. Problem-solution angle, educates and attracts. 2. Proof angle, builds trust and credibility. 3. Value angle, gives tips, insights, or mini lessons. 4. Offer angle, pushes action with urgency or bonuses. Rotate these angles in cycles to keep performance stable. 5. The optimization loop, weekly scaling maintenance. Every 7 days, run this loop. Step 1. Check frequency. Is it crossing the fatigue threshold? Step 2. Check CTR. Is it dropping below 1%? Step 3. Check CPC. Is it rising week over week? Step 4. Check ROAS. Is it stable or declining? Step 5. Refresh creative. Replace or rotate based on the weakest metric. Step 6. Adjust budget. Increase, maintain, or reduce based on performance. This loop keeps your scaling stable. 6. The scaling stability formula. Here's the formula top advertisers use. Fresh creatives, stable frequency, strong CTR, controlled CPC, long-term scaling. If even one variable breaks, scaling collapses. 7. When to pause, reset, or rebuild. Pause when frequency spikes suddenly. Reset when CTR drops below 0.8%. Rebuild when multiple creatives fatigue at once. Scaling is not about pushing harder. It's about knowing when to reset the system. The truth: scaling is not a sprint, it's a rhythm. Lookalike audiences give you reach. Your budget gives you power, but your creatives give you stability. When you master fatigue control, creative rotation, and weekly optimization, your campaigns stop crashing and start compounding. This is how brands scale for months, not days. This is how you build a predictable, profitable, unstoppable ad machine. Full lookalike scaling blueprint plus optimization checklist. You've built your lookalikes, you've tested them, you've stacked them, you've scaled them. You've controlled fatigue, you've stabilized performance. Now it's time to bring everything together into one powerful, repeatable, scalable system, the lookalike scaling blueprint. This is the exact framework used by top advertisers to scale from 5,000 rupees per day to 50,000 rupees per day and beyond, not by luck, not by guesswork, but by structured, data-driven scaling. Let's lock it in. The Lookalike Foundation Checklist. Build the right seeds. Your scaling engine starts with strong seeds. Purchasers, best seed. High-value customers, add-to-cart users. Checkout initiators, lead form submitters, email clickers, 75 to 95% video viewers, website visitors, broad seed. Rules: minimum 100 to 500 users, ideal 1,000 plus users. Never mix behaviors. One seed equals one lookalike. Quality seed equals quality scaling. 2. The lookalike ladder, your scaling structure. Build your lookalikes in layers. Primary layer, high quality. 1% purchasers, 1% add to cart, 1% video viewers. Secondary layer, balanced reach, 2% purchasers, 2 to 3% add to cart, 2 to 3% video viewers. Expansion layer, broad scaling, 5% purchasers, 5% video viewers, 5% website visitors. This latter gives you precision, reach, scale. 3. The stacking blueprint, maximum reach, minimum waste. Use stacking when scaling, percentage stacking, 1% plus 2% plus 3% plus 5%. Same seed. Seed stacking purchasers plus ATC plus video viewers. Hybrid stacking, 1% purchasers plus 2% ATC plus 3% video viewers. Stacking equals stability plus scale. 4. The creative scaling checklist. Keep performance alive. Rotate creatives every 7 to 14 days for lookalikes. Use the 4-angle creative system: problem, solution, proof, testimonial, value, tips, offer, urgency. Refresh one element at a time. Hook, angle, CTA, visual, format. Creatives are the fuel of scaling. 5. The budget scaling blueprint. Grow without breaking. Phase 1, testing, 500 rupees to 1,000 rupees per ad set. Phase 2, validation, 1,500 rupees to 3,000 rupees per day. Phase 3, scaling, 5,000 rupees to 50,000 rupees per day. Increase budget by 20 to 30% every 48 hours. Scaling is a staircase, not a jump. 6. The optimization checklist, weekly scaling maintenance. Every 7 days, check. 1. Frequency. Is it crossing fatigue thresholds? 2. CTR. Is it above 1%? 3. CPC. Is it stable or rising? 4. ROAS. Is it profitable? 5. Creative fatigue. Do you need a refresh? 6. Audience saturation. Is your reach flattening? 7. Scaling opportunities. Can you add new LAL layers? This loop keeps your scaling predictable. 7. The scaling stability formula. Here's the formula used by elite advertisers. Strong seed, layered lookalikes, smart budget scaling, creative rotation, weekly optimization equals long-term scaling stability. This is how you scale for months, not days. The truth. Lookalike scaling isn't magic. It's architecture. It's engineering. It's discipline. When you combine strong seeds, structured lookalikes, stacked audiences, rotating creatives, and controlled budgets, you build a scaling machine that grows predictably, profitably, and sustainably. This is the blueprint. This is the system. This is how you scale like the top 1%. If this video expanded your thinking, imagine what the next one will unlock. Knowitrix is built for curious minds, people who want deeper insights, smarter explanations, and a clearer view of the world. So if you haven't already, hit subscribe and turn on notifications to stay connected to every new idea we decode. Like the video if it sparked something new, and share it with someone who loves learning as much as you do. Stay curious, stay aware. This is Knowitrix, and your next insight is just one click away.